This emergency room doctor, who was the defense's medical expert, had me running in circles as I was trying to cross-examine him. But I had the opportunity for payback many years later. You want to learn what this is all about? Come join me for a moment as I share with you some great information. Hi, I'm Gerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury attorney practicing law in the state of New York. As a young attorney, I thought I was aggressive. I thought I was all that. And you know what? I had an opportunity to cross-examine an emergency room expert in a medical malpractice trial in Queens, New York. And now, I was prepared for this expert. I had heard lots of things about this guy. I had heard that he was a professional witness who really came into court about 4 or 5 times a year for the past 20, 25 years, in addition to practicing emergency room medicine. And now, after the defense questions his expert and destroys our case, I now get up to cross-examine this medical expert. And now, as I begin to question him, I can't get a straight answer from the doctor. Every time I ask him for a yes or no answer, what does he do? He goes on this long-winded explanation, turns to the jury, and explains away everything he can against us. Every single question. Finally, I get so frustrated, I turn to the judge. I say, "Judge, will you please tell the doctor he's got to answer my question yes or no?" And the judge turns to the doctor and says, "Doctor, if you can answer the question yes or no, please do so." And then the doctor says, "Well, I'm trying to, but I can't answer these questions yes or no. They call for explanations." What the doctor did was he took advantage of the fact that I was young and inexperienced, even though I thought I knew how to cross-examine a witness. The problem was, every chance he could get, he went ahead and explained every single answer to every question I gave. And that was devastating to us and to our case. Many years later, I had another opportunity to handle a case involving emergency room malpractice. And who is the defense bringing in as their medical expert? The same emergency room doctor who had me running around in circles when I was a young, novice, inexperienced attorney. Oh boy, was I prepared for this one. Now, I knew how to do a cross-examination well. And one of the things I did when I got up to cross-examine this emergency room doctor was ask him short, tight, leading questions. And under no circumstance allow the doctor to explain anything. And you know how I did that? By getting the doctor to promise me certain things. "Doctor, I'm going to be asking you a series of questions in just a few moments that call for either yes or no. If you can answer yes or no, do you promise to answer yes or no? Doctor, if my question is unclear, do you promise to tell me that before you try and explain the answer? Yes or no?" And what have I done there? I've laid the ground rules for what this doctor has to do. And the first couple of times he tried to do it, I simply brought him back. I said, "Doctor, you just made me a promise a few moments ago. You told the jury, that if you didn't understand my question, you would tell me that before trying to explain. Isn't that right?" "Yes." "Well, did you understand my question?" "No, I didn't." "Fine, let me ask you a different way." And he had tried to do this a few times before he actually recognized that he couldn't get away with it this time. So why do I share this interesting story with you? I share it with you just to give you an insight and an understanding of my journey of learning how to cross-examine a witness years ago as a young, inexperienced attorney, and compare that to many years later when I gained a tremendous amount of experience and truly understood how to cross-examine a witness effectively. You know, I understand you're watching this video because you have questions or concerns about your own problem. Well, if your matter did happen here in New York and you're thinking about bringing a lawsuit, but you have questions that need answers first, what I invite you to do is pick up the phone and call me. I can answer your legal questions. You know, this is something I do all the time and I'd love to talk to you. You can reach me at 516-487-8207, or you can reach me by email at Gerry, Gerry, at oginski-law.com. That's it for today's video. I'm Gerry Oginski. Have a great day.